Hey, it's Dex from Gaslight Ball, and I'm talking with Kevin Goldstein, and we are talking Padres, just Padres farm system and everything that entails. One of the big things in BP and really in all sorts of like analysis is the whole idea of a comp. What is this player? Who does this player compare to, etc.
Sure.
But I'm kind of, we can look those comps up, but what I'm curious about is the whole idea of this particular farm system. Is there any farm system, in recent years or even going back that it reminds you of? I guess what we'd all like to see is,
Oh, wow.
yeah, who is this Padres team going to be in a few years? Because it's obviously not, the 2007, 2008, 2009 Devil Rays, right? We've established that there's no star at the top.
No, but it's deeper than those systems were.
Right. So is there a team out there that this kind of reminds you of?
No. I mean, as soon as you said that, my first reaction was wow, and since then I've been kind of racking my brain, and I can't come up with anything like it. I mean, the Padres had more players than I've ever put in the top 101 this year, more than I've ever, and by a pretty wide margin. But I don't think anyone was in like the top 40, and so that's a weird thing, and so. I don't think there's somebody to compare him to, and of course, I tend to be the guy who hates comps on individual players, so maybe I should be against comps for a system as well, because that's even more complicated. But I just think the key is just how many players are there going to have that are going to be in the big leagues, and pretty soon. It's not just that. It's not like a system like maybe the Indians right now, which is a system that doesn't rank anywhere near the Padres, but the Indians, all their top prospects are children, and most of them haven't even played in a full season yet.
Right.
The Padres have all these guys. Obviously, you're going to get Alonso in the big leagues this year. And after that, guys who are going to be in AAA this year, guys who are really close, and the Grandals and the Jerkos and the Kellys and Erlins and Whelans and Boxbergers, all these guys who you could see, this year, and then have a spot groomed out for them in 2013. There's all these guys where there's actually little time for things to go wrong because they're so close to the big leagues right now, and so that's, I think, one thing that gives them this kind of great advantage. And it'll be interesting to see how the Padres manage this as far as with existing players and what they already have. I mean, we saw them extending Nick Hundley when they have Grandal coming up. I found that to be kind of fascinating.
Right.
In a sense, well, what are you really saying here? And I don't really know what they're saying. I don't have a good answer for you, but they're going to have a lot. They're going to have to answer a lot of those questions. I mean, they're going to have 3 starting pitchers coming in the next 12 months probably. Beyond Grandal, there's going to be guys coming at other positions. What happens to Headley when Jerko's ready? And we can go on and on and on. And that's actually the bigger challenge. It's a challenge the Royals have right now, and I'm not sure they're doing the best job of it. Which is you make this whole you create this great system. That's fantastic, but that transitioning this fantastic system to something that is a big league product is actually the much more difficult thing to do.